Now we will see, friends. So these are the different operations we have in the data flows. But what I am going to do now is, again, I will keep some data in a input data folder. I will read the data. Okay, I will apply some data flow transformation. My output I will write back to the output data folder in the same blob storage. So same thing, whatever we have done in our previous lab sessions. Okay, come here. So what I am going to do now, I'm going to use a sort operation. Then sort is basically ordering. Suppose you have 1 2 3 4 5 your data. I want to make it as a 5 4 3 2 1. How you can do it? By using a sort operation, you can do that. Okay, so my output I will write it into sync. So this is our lab session now. Okay, let's come here. So if you go into input data folder, I have created a storage. I have two folders. One is input data, second one is output data. Go input data folder. So click on this file. This file has a data something like this: 1 2 3 4 5. Now my output I want 5 4 3 2 1. So this record has to come down. Okay, this record has to come up. Okay, so third record will be here only, but second record will come to fourth place, fourth record will go to second place. So completely I want to order by uh, order by descending order. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. That output I want to write it into my output data folder, friends. Output data folder. So in output data folder, I don't have any data. Come to data factory. So we need a data factory to implement the data flows. Click on author and monitor. You will come here. So here you can see data flows, data sets, and pipelines. Okay, click here. Click new data flow to create the new data flow. Click OK. Click here. Okay. So this is basically you can create a new data set for reading the data. Click new blob storage. Click continue. As a CSV, we have stored customer data at CSV. This is our sixth lab, so we can say blob data set 6.1. Sixth lab, first data set. So I can create new connection for the blob storage, or you can use the existing. But let's create the new connection. Blob connection 6. Auto resolve integration ante, as we are moving data within the cloud, free subscription. This is the storage I want to connect. Test connection, create connection, friends. Okay, so now you have to select the file. What is the file? In input data folder you have a customer data.cs. Select it. So it has header. Select this folder. So if you import the schema, it will just get the data type for each column. Click OK. After that, so you read the data. You need to turn on this data flow debug so that your cluster will be spinned up in the back end, so that you can preview the data. So you can execute, you can review the output, you can preview the output for each operation. You can refresh it. Here you can see the output of each operation. Okay, you should have knowledge on all these data flow operations which we have discussed in all our 6 lab sessions, right? So that we can implement our remaining things, SD1 or other things. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 records I have. I want to get this output in a reverse order, so descending order. Okay, so select here, click on sort. So sort is basically based on what column. So I want to based on the customer ID. This should be a descending order. Select descending. Come to data preview, click refresh. So it is very easy, friends. You no need to write coding, and very easily you can able to execute all these things. Okay, now if you see, your output is 5 4 3 2 1. Okay, so later if you want to use some select things, I want to select only customer ID and customer name, I don't care about his location, then you can use the select as well. Use select. Okay, then you can delete location if you don't want. Okay, you will get only 2 columns. Refresh it and check whether you are getting only 2 columns or not. Okay, so 5 4 3 2 1. So as Bhaskar Reddy is requesting me to write data into the database, let me check. Do I have any database available already? Click on SQL database. Cloud Pandit SQL 003. Let me just try it, friends. Okay. Let's try to write it into databases. Set server firewall we have to do first. Okay, just add client IP, save it. Already we have turned on all other Azure services and able to connect to the SQL database. Let me just check whatever credentials I have, whether those are correct or not, so that we can proceed. Okay, 1 second, friends. Let me find. Let me just take this one, friends, because I did not remember the username and password. But if possible, we will create a one if required. I have not saved it. Save it. Okay, come back. Query editor. Database. Please retrain connection later. Click OK once again. Login failed for. Okay. You should. 1 second, friends. I did not remember. I entered something. Okay. So now I know what is the credentials to connect to this database. What is the database? Cloud Pandit SQL DB. So in this, do we have any tables? We don't have. Okay, we have 2 tables, but I want to create another table to write this data. Okay, what is the data I want to write? I want to write. Okay, so what is my output, friends? CID and CNAME. These 2 columns I want to write. So for that, let me create a table. Create table data flow df output. Okay, df output is let's say you can take anything. Okay, so CID is in, and what is the other thing we are trying to pass, friends? CNAME. Okay, let's take CNAME as varchar. Let's create a table. So I have created this table, and this table is select df output, select star from this df output. Cancel. See, you don't have any data. Now I will write data into this table. How to do that? Come to data flows, click here, click sync. Okay, so here my sync is going to be my input for this sync is select output. Okay, so I want to create a sync data set, that is for the database. Click on Azure SQL database. Okay, this is SQL data set, 6th lab, second data set. So you need to connect to the database. We have not connected right now. Click new to connect to the database. So you can say DB connection. So auto resolve integration runtime, because we are moving data within the cloud. And what is the database I want to connect, friends? What is the server name? Cloud Pandit SQL Server 01. Cloud Pandit SQL Server 01. This is the one. So database is, this is the database. Username is Nulaya. Okay, my name. And I remember credentials. This is the credential test connection. Shit. Already we turned on firewall, right? Test connection, friends. Come back here, click on overview. Set server firewall. I think I have added. Let's add client IP. I have already added. This is also DNI public network access. Everything is fine actually. Everything is fine, friends, but we are not able to connect. Let me enter the password once again. Cannot connect to SQL database. Login failed. We login failed. One second. Just check it. Connection successful. Just click create. Okay. So now we have connected to the this one. So into which table we want to write DF output, data frame or data flow output. Okay. Click OK. Into this table we want to write the output. Select that. Okay. After that, if you want to do some kind of a mapping, okay. So here you can say auto mapping enabled already. So here you can see. So customer ID, I want to go into customer ID. Customer name, I want to go into customer name. So from the file, if you want to move it into table, you can map it. This mapping also can do it. So after that, you cannot run the data flow. So that's why you have to create a pipeline. Create a pipeline here. So then we have to use a one activity called data flow activity to execute it. But main thing is we have to turn on this data flow debug. Data flow 6 I want to execute. But main thing is you have to turn on this just to make sure that cluster is up and running. So when you turn on this, it is going to take some 3 to 4 minutes. Until that, even if you are using a direct pipeline without previewing in each operation, if you are directly running this data flow from this activity, that is mapping data flow activity, still it is going to wait until your cluster is spinned up. So as we already spinned up the cluster and the cluster is up and running, it is just taking some 1 minute or half an hour, half minute to run or to give the status of this particular data flow. Okay, select it, click debug. So where you can see the infrastructure. So this is the infra. So what is the your cluster details, everything you can monitor in this activity settings. Okay, so total 8 codes, 4 plus 4. Click on this. So it is executing. Once it is executed, it is going to write data into your database now. So let's connect to the database meanwhile. Click on query data. This also. Okay, so click on this. Just you can say select a star from PF output. Run it. So what is this? Yeah, correct only, right? But the problem is why it has written data like that. So it is succeeded. Come data flow 6. Select one. Let's see the output here. Data preview. Click on refresh. We will see how it has generated the output. So it has written data 54321 only, but table is displaying something like this, friends. Okay. So maybe table itself, it is ordering by, so table is ordering in its own way. Okay. But here, if you want in a proper way, what you can do, order by CID descending again. Okay. Click on this. So this is how you can able to get it. Okay. But it has written this entire, these two columns from the data flow, we were able to write it, friends.